Hello, it is time for a writer's workshop. Today we're going to continue talking about fictional narrative writing, and we are going to focus on editing our narrative essays. So, to review, we know that narrative writing is writing a story, and we have to have characters, setting, a problem, and a solution in our story. We have to have a clear beginning, middle, end, and we're going to use words like first, next, then, and finally to transition our story from one event to the next. In the writing process, we've already done our pre writing where we generated ideas and organized them into a graphic organizer. We drafted our introduction, our body, and our conclusion paragraphs in complete sentences. We've gone in to revise and we looked at how we can use ARMS, ARMS, to help us revise our writing to make it make more sense. And today we're going to focus on editing. And editing, when we think about editing, we're going to look at cups, where we're going to look at capitalization, usage, punctuation, and spelling. Editing is part of the trait of conventions, and it's all about making our writing easy to read for the reader. Here's a video that will help us understand a little bit more about editing our narratives.
Editing your writing. What is editing? Editing is fixing the mistakes in our writing. We can fix grammar, spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. Here's an informational writing I've been working on. It says, "Do you like dogs? I will teach you how to take care of a dog. You can get a dog from a shelter. Next, take the dog to the vet. Then, don't forget to buy food. Last, get the dog some toys." Let's edit it. First, we're going to edit grammar. I have to think to myself, do my sentences sound right? And did I use nouns and verbs correctly? Let's see. Here's my first sentence again. It says, "Do you like dogs?" Do you notice something that doesn't sound right to you? Oh yeah, the word likes. It should be like. Do you like dogs? That's better. Now we're going to edit spelling. I have to think, did I spell sight words correctly? Did I use word chunks that I know? And did I stretch out every word? Let's try. You can get a dog from a shelter. What sight word did I spell wrong? Can. Can starts with a C. What about the word shelter? I need to try to stretch it out a little bit more. Shelter. Much better. Now we're going to edit capitalization. We're going to think, did I capitalize the first letter of the first word of every sentence? Did I capitalize the names of people and places? Did I capitalize the word I? And did I make all the other letters lowercase? All right, let's try. Next, take the dog to the vet. What should be capitalized? Oh yeah, the N and next, because it's the first word in my sentence. What should be lowercase? Oh, the D in dog. Perfect. Now we're going to edit punctuation. We're going to think, did I put a punctuation mark at the end of every single sentence? And do my punctuation marks match the type of sentences that I wrote? Let's try it. It says, then don't forget to buy food. Last, get the dog some toys. Where am I missing a punctuation mark? Yes, at the end of my first sentence. And is that question mark right? No, that's not a question. That's a statement. I need a period. So here is my edited piece. It looks and sounds so much better. Thanks for your help editing my writing. Hopefully, you have learned how to edit your own writing.
Okay, so when we go to edit our own writing, we are going to use what I like to refer to as CUPS. Okay, CUPS again is an acronym. The C stands for capitalization, and we want to make sure that we capitalize the names of particular people or places. We want to capitalize dates, places, months, and titles. Also, the U stands for usage, and we want to ask ourselves, does this make sense? So, a lot of times when we read sentences, we'll be able to hear if we're not using the words correctly. Maybe the subject and the verb don't agree. And usually, again, when you read it out loud, you'll be able to hear if it makes sense. The P stands for punctuation. Do we have periods where they're needed, commas, quotation marks, question marks, exclamation points, things like that? We want to make sure that we include punctuation in the correct place as we're writing. And of course, we want to double check our spelling. And we're going to be using some spelling strategies, and we can provide you with a stuck spelling strategy sheet that will help you to figure out how you can spell words if you're not really sure. And the great thing about using technology with spelling is a lot of times if we spell something incorrect, whether it's in a Google slide or a Google Doc, you'll see a red squiggly underneath the word or a blue squiggly, and it's going to give you suggestions on how you can actually go back and correct that spelling. So let's take a look. This is an example, and I'm actually going to get out of here so we can see out of the presentation so we can actually see this. This is an example of a paragraph that someone wrote, and it's called The Beach. And as I read it, I want you to start seeing if you find any mistakes. And there are quite a few mistakes in this paragraph, but we're going to be looking for mistakes when it comes to capitalization, usage. Remember, does it sound weird? Is there a way that we could fix that sentence? Punctuation, and then we're going to be looking at spelling. And it says, do you know what Ryan did last weekend? He went to the beach with his family. First, Ryan builded a huge sandcastle. Then he collected seashells and rocks. After that, he goed swimming with his brother. Ryan has a wonderful time at the beach. Okay, well, hopefully you heard some of the mistakes as I read them. And when I go back, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to look with a very close eye. Did you know what Ryan did last weekend? Okay, now this no is spelled N-O. That means like you were saying, no way. And if I'm saying, did you know, that's K-N-O-W. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. And then I also noticed that this is a question. So at the end of this sentence, I really should have a question mark. Okay. So he went to the beach with his family. All right, that one looks okay. First, Ryan builded. Ryan is a proper noun. This is his name, and we want to make sure that we capitalize his name. Builded a huge sandcastle. I'm pretty sure we should say he built a huge sandcastle. Next, let's see. Then he collected seashells. Every sentence should begin with a capital. So let's make that change. He collected seashells and rocks. Wait, I kind of paused right here. This is the end of my sentence, so we want to include a period. After that, he goed swimming. And this is even telling me right here, this red squiggly is like, no. I think it should say he went swimming. But I'm going to show you a tool here. If you could do two things. If you do a 2-finger click on that word, it actually will show you a suggestion for how you can fix it at the top. It says, did you mean? Anytime you see a red squiggly, it's saying, hey, there's a spelling error. You can also go up here to your tools and see spelling right here. You could do a spell check, and it's going to tell you and give you, again, some suggestions for how you can change that. Okay? So I'm going to ignore it for right now, but I could change it. After that, because I don't even like he goes swimming, because all of these was past tense. Because it said he built something, he collected, that's all past tense. So rather than saying he goes, which is present tense, I'm going to say he went swimming with his brother. Ryan has a wonderful time at the beach. And again, since everything else was past tense, remember he went to the beach, he built it, he collected. I would say rather than he has a wonderful time, I would change this and say he had a wonderful time at the beach. Now when we reread this, not only does it have capitals when we need it, the sentences sound right, the usage is correct, each sentence has correct punctuation, and we went through and double checked our spelling, and all the spelling is correct as well. So when you go in to edit your narrative, I want you to think of cups and really look for where capitalization should be. Make sure your sentences make sense with the usage. Find where the punctuation needs to be, and we're going to double check our spelling. We should not see any red squigglies or blue squigglies under any of your words. Remember to fix the red or blue squigglies. We go up to tools and then do your spelling and do your spell check right here. All right, for your writing assignment today, you are going to be doing a Nearpod assignment. And in the Nearpod, you're going to reflect back on what CUPS stands for, and you're going to do some practice activities for editing. All right, friends, let's go be writers.